Hello everyone, Carl here from Brrraaains A Head-Banging Life, gbhblofficial for short, bringing you a news video of 3 different UK festivals that have made band announcements in the last couple of days. Yes, buried amongst the pile of crap you get on social media, hopefully you will have seen that Incineration Fest, Bloodstock and Slam Dunk have all made big announcements, additions to their lineups. We're going to go through them now. Going to go through them band by band, tell you who's going to be at the festivals in 2022. I mean, it's going to be so fucking good to have a lot of these coming back. You know, we're talking about Incineration Fest coming back from after 2019 because of you know what. Slam Dunk, while it did exist in the south and the north in September of 2021, it was massively changed. Lots of bands pulled from the lineup, changed completely, and the whole experience, while spectacular, was obviously different. So hopefully they can get back to normal with this lineup as well. And of course, Bloodstock did occur in August of 2021. Business as usual, so to speak, except for a wide array of UK bands, predominantly due to travel issues and COVID and so on and so on and so on and so on and so on. So they're all building up for what should be a spectacular 2022. And we're going to be, GBHBL, most of us are going to be at several of these festivals. We're definitely at Incineration Fest. Our tickets are rolled over from 2020, so we'll definitely be at this event. Planning to be at Slam Dunk in the south this time. Obviously, me and Dan went to the north for September 2021, but we're going to go to south, our local one being in London this time around. And of course, we will be at Bloodstock 2022. But we'll get to those in a bit. Let's start with Incineration Fest. So we're already talking about a lineup that features the likes of Emperor on it anyway. But to add to that, we now have Regardez les Hommes Tombes. I know I'm butchering that, the French band. I know I am, absolutely, but it's one I always struggle to say. I only just recently talked to them as they performed at Damnation Festival, where I watched about half of their show, half of their set. Thought it was really, really good, if not unspectacular. So hopefully, but it was enjoyable enough, so hopefully I'll be able to get a bit more out of it in this Incineration Fest. Obviously depends partially where they might actually be playing, which particular stage. I think they'd fit quite nicely in the Black Heart. Mastiff. Chuffed about this one. Super stoked that they're added to this build. They're going to absolutely kill it. New album is one of the best releases of 2021, and they're currently they're on such an upward trajectory. I hope this show is as kick-ass as I expect it to be. If I was to choose a venue for them, stick them in the underworld. Let's see them play the underworld. Shrapnel, they're not a band I'm that familiar with, to be honest. The name rings a bell, but I couldn't really tell you much beyond that. Caligram, Mastiff's mates as well. A great fucking band. Another one I think fits perfectly for the underworld. Could absolutely smash that place apart. Can't wait to see them. I think I've seen them in the past. Can't be sure, but I've been to so many fucking gigs. And last but not least, certainly not least, Red Method. Of course, it's Red Method. We're massive fans here on the channel. Coming off seeing them at Badger Fest. They're currently on tour with a couple of last few dates in the UK. And 2022 looks to be a pretty spectacular year for them. Red Method, Black Heart of the Underworld for me. Either or, it's going to be brilliant. I love this band. They're fantastic live. Great to chat. You can check out some interviews we've had with them over on the channel and the site. So that's 5 more bands added to Incineration Fest. The lineup's looking really, really good. It's Saturday the 7th of May, 2022. You only have, what's that, less than 5 months? Or little about 5 months left before this takes place. How exciting is that? It's going to be so fucking great. If you don't know, it takes place across 4 venues in London: the Roundhouse, the Electric Ballroom, the Underworld, and Black Heart. The Roundhouse is actually an addition for this year. Big place, so you can see the likes of Emperor in that venue. That's going to be quite fucking spectacular. Can't wait for that. Let's move on to Bloodstock next. So Bloodstock announced a load of more bands today, 9 in total. As of time recording, it was today. Starting with Killing Joke, a bucket list band for me. I'm not a huge fan, never really been a huge fan, but I am excited to sort of tick this one and say, hey, I've now finally seen Killing Joke. They're going to be playing the main stage as special guests on the Sunday, so before Lamb of God. I reckon there's some people out there screaming that they should actually be above Lamb of God, but I don't care either or. I'm not a big fan of either band, but both bands do nothing wrong for me either. So I'm stoked to be able to have the opportunity to see Killing Joke. A main stage slot on the Friday, we got the Sludge Squad, All Hail the Yeti. They're a band I'm vaguely familiar with, but I couldn't tell you loads about. I love a bit of sludge though, so perfect for me. Back, rebooked, Brendan will be over the moon. Death Grind Legends, Cattle Decapitation in the Sophie Lancaster stage, off the main stage to the Sophie stage. I actually think that's a fucking massive improvement. I think they're going to absolutely slay in that stage. Can't wait to see them. That's going to be one of the most anticipated of the weekend. Orbit Culture. Love Orbit Culture. Mellow Death brilliance. Absolutely kicking ass the last couple of years and the last couple of releases. They're going to be on the Sophie Lancaster stage on the Sunday. Proper stoked for this band. Going to be one of my favourites to see as well. A new metal upstart, Talar. Saturday on the Sophie stage. I don't know them. That's the truth of it. But I hear new metal and part of me goes, "Urgh." You know, why are we bringing that back again? But then I listen to plenty of bands that kind of have that crossover appeal. So I'll give them a chance. The Extreme Metal, Samael, they're going to be playing the Sophie stage on the Saturday. Again, this is one where I'm really just happy to say I'm going to be able to see this band live. I don't think I have. I'm not entirely sure. I'm 99% sure I have, and I think I'd remember it. So I'm stoked for this. It's going to be nice and nasty. The metal supergroup, Kyra, C-Y-H-R-A. I think that's how you say it. They're on the Saturday on the Sophie stage. They call them a supergroup. I don't really know much about them. Let me just check. Features former members of In Flames, Amaranthe, Rhapsody, and Shining. So yeah, it's a supergroup, so to speak. Don't know anything by them. Could be a lot of fun though. Then we got some black metal. Always nice to see some black metal making its appearance at Bloodstock. And it's Knockdom joining the Friday on the Sophie stage. Yeah, great band. Great to have more black metal there. Sophie stage is perfect for it. Should be banging. And last but not least, one that I'm stoked about. We've done a few reactions to their videos on the channel. Gets a lot of views, gets a lot of love and hate, depending upon our opinion of their songs. But it is Nanowar R Steel. Nanowar R Steel? Nanowar of Steel. They're going to be playing the Thursday opening night. So yeah, the extra day for the weekend ticket holders. It's for that. They're the headliners. This is going to be fucking so much fun. Nanowar Steel are so much fun. Love a lot of their music. It's just going to be a lot of fun. I keep saying fun over and over again because that's all I think of it. It's one band that I've called to be booked for the last couple of years. So I'm stoked to see them added as well. This kind of rounds out a pretty strong lineup now, you know. 3 headliners if you don't know. Behemoth, Merciful Fate and Lamb of God. And now you've got a trio of bands playing under them. Testament, Dimmy Borgir and Killing Joke. So weirdly enough, I think the special guests are more exciting for me than the headliners. Testament and Behemoth, I can enjoy both. So, but I've seen Behemoth a lot, including in that slot at Bloodstock as well. Dimmy Borgir, Merciful Fate. This is a difficult one for me as I don't really care for Merciful Fate, but I've never seen them live, so that's quite important. Whereas Dimmy Borgir, I used to be a huge fan of, and I have seen live many, many times, and they shit the bed quite a lot. So it's going to really, really depend on what they bring on the Saturday. And Lamb of God, Killing Joke, as I previously explained, neither band I particularly love, but both bands I care enough about to see. And you got the likes of Buried Tomorrow, Ginger, Violence, Gwar, The Black Dahlia Murder, Life of Agony, Sacred Reich. The lineup is looking brilliant. Before we even get to the bands that are sort of playing the Sophie Lancaster stage, Sleep Token, Hatebreed, the Night Flight Orchestra, Stag X, the lineup is brilliant. It's going to be a very, very good Bloodstock based off what we've got at the moment. Fingers crossed it all stays this way. Slam Dunk. Let's look at Slam Dunk now. Just close down the page. So, it starts off with some bad news, unfortunately. Slam Dunk's announcement says Rancid can no longer join them next year. Why, they don't say. Who knows? But it is disappointing to see Rancid come off the bill because they were basically the #1 anticipated band for me, having never seen them live. But they've added a ton more, including bands that were previously booked but couldn't make it to the 2021 bill. We've got Sum 41 back as a headliner and Dropkick Murphys as another headliner. Happy with both of them. I'm a nostalgia guy just like everybody else. Sum 41, beer, good times. It'll be fun. Dropkick Murphys, never seen live. Like enough of their music to enjoy it. Again, I think beer, hopefully nice weather. It'll just be a fun show. We've got The Interrupters. This is a big one for me. Really, really stoked to see them added to this bill. Gonna have a lot of fun with that. Mighty Mighty Boss Tones. never really given them much thought, to be honest. You know, they've been around a while. It might be one that I just check out as a curiosity more than anything else. Pennywise, glad to see them back on the bill. Before they came off the 2021 bill, they were one of my more anticipated bands. I really, really want to see them live. Never seen them live before. You know, I like their punk noise. Def Havana, that's cool. Knuckle Puck, quite stoked to see them arrive on this bill. Kenny Hoopla, don't know. Eskimo Callboy, Hot Mulligan, Yours Truly, Pink Shift, and Beauty School. That last selection I kind of lumped in because it's a lot of names that I've heard of but don't know much by, in particular Eskimo Callboy and Hot Mulligan. Well, and Yours Truly as well, but Pink Shift and Beauty School I don't know much about at all. But hey, it's on a slam dunk bill, so for me it's kind of like, it's going to be in some way punk, pop punk, rock, that aspect. So I'm going to enjoy it no matter what. Hopefully a lot of new bands I can check out and suddenly fall madly in love with. You know, as we enter December, it's nice to see this festival's going, hey, by the way, do you want to buy a Christmas present for your brother or sister or friend or daughter or son and so on? Here's more bands for us. That's why they've all basically done it as well. But they've all got quite unique and individual lineups. I mean, look at those 3 festivals, all taking place in the UK. We have Incineration Fest, which is the extreme one-dayer that takes place in London. Then we have Slam Dunk a few weeks after it, taking place, I forgot to mention, on the 3rd in Leeds, the 3rd of June in Leeds, and the 4th of June in London, Hatfield House location. That's the one we will be at. But yeah, you know, pop, punk, rock, some metalcore, some old school punk. That's a wide variety. And then you get the Bloodstock, which while obviously sits on the harder end of metal, is a lot more open-minded than perhaps those other 2 are, as they stick to their niches. It's a wide variety, and that's even before we take into account that download will be happening as well, and hopefully a lot of smaller one-dayers and weekend stuff that kind of showcase the British scene like they normally do taking place as well. It's exciting times. I'm stoked for all these announcements, even when it's bands that I don't particularly know. It's just like, great. I never want it to be a bill that's just filled with bands I really, really like, which sounds silly, I get that. But then you've got the problem of having to choose. I want to be able to take a break. I want to be able to wander. I want to go see a band I've never heard of before and hopefully walk out going, they were brilliant. That's part of the joy. So it's kind of like, in the case of Slam Dunk, if you make an announcement and there's 10 to 15 bands on it and 4 or 5 of them are bands I'm really happy about and the rest are bands I just don't know, that's a win for me. You know, Bloodstock, obviously, we're still kind of playing this catch-up thing where they're rebooking bands that had to come off the bill for 2021. We're seeing a bit of that now, but they're also pulling out some surprises too. And of course, Incineration Fest, just repping as well the metal UK scene with the likes of Red Method, Caligram, Mastiff, and so on. What do you think? You quite stoked by these announcements? Let me know in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. You can check us out on gbhbl.com as well as on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and Tumblr. Go to Patreon to help us out over there. That's patreon.com/gbhbl, as well as Big Cartel, where you can find some of our merchandise. We have a podcast running on SoundCloud and Apple Podcasts. And of course, if you like this video, do us a favour, hit the subscribe button and help the channel grow. Games, horror and heavy metal. What else is life for?